So today we're talking about books because I had a huge success last year. Looking at my Goodreads challenge, I read 40 books. And I'm going to talk about what I read. I don't even remember everything I read. What was good, what was bad. My year in books, 2021. Last year I read 32. Now this year, I made it all the way to 40, like clutch on the last day. I got the last book. So my longest book was 656 pages. This book I didn't actually read, I listened to. And there was something I hated. What did I like about it? Oh yeah, that's right. The reason it's 656 pages because they kept on redoing the same scene over and over again and then adding a little detail like, oh, we remember this bit of that scene. Oh, we remember this bit of that scene. But this is the 4th time we've gone over it. So that's why that book was that long. Let me see what the series is called. I do recommend this series. The Golden Arrow series. It's good. It's not magic at all. It's very like contemporary kind of detective-y kind of thing, but not like you're following an actual detective. Actually, the main character is like going behind the detective's back a lot. It's fun. It's a little, it touches on nerd culture and the romance is cute. It wasn't like overly sexified or anything. Good. Oh, frick, the chemist. That was this year too. I made a whole video on that nightmare. Let's come back to that, shall we? Yep, here's my last review. 4. That was a nice surprise, actually. I never finished reading the Divergent series. I read, there's 3 books, right? I read the first 2. I remember thinking I was going to read this like after I finished the series, and then I never finished the series, so I never read 4. I'm surprised how much I remember from Divergent. Even though I reread books all the time, I have not really reread Divergent. I have rewatched the movies a lot. I do like the movies, and I kind of wish that they made the last movie. They made half of the last book, but the movies are very different. So I was surprised how much I actually did remember for real. Anything else notable? I got more Japanese books this year, definitely. And there were other Japanese books I read. I guess they must not have been on Goodreads. So I read more than 40 books. So let's talk about my favorite books this year. Definitely my favorite... Oh, actually, you know what? I was gonna say definitely my favorite book is Oaths of Legacy. But then I remembered this one, The Darkness Outside Us, which I just read. Interestingly enough, these are both about space gaze. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, wait, I will address my oh no in a second. So, I'm gonna put Oaths of Legacy first, because I got more nostalgia points with that series. And then Darkness Outside of Us, close second. Holy crap. This book ruined my life for an entire day because it was just so devastating. If you know anything about this book, it kills the experience. I gotta sit up. It kills the experience if you know anything about the book. Also, Legacy, on the other hand, this is interesting. This is very interesting because I did the book versus book on Oaths of Legacy. And I like the way that they wrote the second guy's point of view, because the first book was from this guy back here, and now it's in this guy's point of view. And he is pissed. So it was kind of interesting how Emily navigated that without making us hate him. Because we've grown to love all the characters, and he's kind of fucking them over. Like, I 100% recommend this series. And the 3rd and last book is coming out this year, and it's already pre-ordered. I usually don't pre-order books, which is probably a bad thing. But I pre-ordered this, and then since pre-ordering it in October, I have checked 2 more times. Here's the issue though. So 2, 3, I know what my number 5 pick is, but who is my 3 and 4 pick? I'm gonna put The Loneliest Girl in the Universe at number 3. It's keeping the space theme. Oh god. That was a really good book, and I had been putting that book off for so long. It's about this girl who is alone on a colony ship being sent off to colonize something in Andromeda. I don't know where exactly in Andromeda, I think they say. But she's there alone accidentally. Tragically accidentally. And holy crap, does this turn into a thriller at the end? You don't see it coming. Like, maybe you do see a couple little things sketchy here and there, but then all of a sudden it smacks you in the face like, oh, this is a thriller. That's all I'm going to say about that, because this is another one. Just like The Darkness Outside of Us, if you know what's coming, it kills it. And so that's my number 3 pick. Number 4. Number 4. I'm going to put the Vigilante Game at number 4, just because it was an excellent end to a series. Moi, Chef's Kiss, all that stuff. I already talked about it. So, number 4. Now, number 5 is when I was saying, oh no, before. Because number 5 is Winter's Orbit, right here. And number 5 is also Space Gaze. So, yeah, it was a gay space year. And number 3 was The Loneliest Girl in the Universe, also a space thing. So I was on a space bend, apparently. 2021 was all about space. I also read Aurora Rising. These are both space. Okay, let me think. Okay, I need to count now. 6 out of the 40 are space books, and 4 of them were on my top 5. It was a space year. Alright, so that's my top 5. I'm only doing top 5. I don't have enough brain power to do a top 10, because I barely remember a lot of these. Honorable mention for a top 5, though, is this Criminal Intentions. This was a really good book. But, I was surprised, because, to be totally honest here, I saw that it was an indie published book, and I saw that this dude was pumping out one a month. It was just like boom, 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 boom. So I was like, I was not expecting it to be a good book. And it was really cheap. It was really freaking cheap, okay? So I was not expecting it to be a good book, but it was excellent. I intend to read more of this series. There's a lot of them. And I found in the comments of some other video that the one guy is asexual. And I did not see that in this book. But if that's true, holy crap, I officially love Cole McCade. Now, we come to the ones I didn't like. At the very bottom of this list, I'm putting this one, The Surgeon. I freaking hated that book. I know it's very popular, but I started skimming like the 40% mark. Okay? And I only skimmed because I wanted to know if I was right. That the person was the killer. And I was not, because the person had not yet been introduced. But the person who was in the same profession and position as the person that I guessed was the killer. So, you know what? I'm gonna take that. I realized I should be going in the opposite order, but I've already done it. I've already started the worst first. So, second worst book, The Shape of Water. I was really surprised how much I hated that book. Oh my god. Like, I feel like I would love them. I've never seen the movie, but I feel like I would love the movie, but I freaking hated the book so much. I hated it. It was, I think it was the writing. Of course it's the writing. The writing style. Like, the way the dude was talking, and the way the dude was talking about the characters. I was just like, this is so pretentious. I can't freaking read it. And at the freaking end, like every 2 paragraphs, it was switching. It was like switching to another chapter, another point of view, and I was like, can we just stay with one person? Like, this is not working. Also, the thing ate a cat. No. If that happens in the movie, I might not be able to watch the movie. Moving on. 3. Oh, wait. I was about to say maybe The Bane should have been number 2, but no, I was slightly amused by The Bane. Bane is coming in at number 3, though, because... Holy crap. Now, I'm gonna be mean for a second. Remember I was saying, like, a little while ago about Criminal Intentions being like an indie book that I thought was gonna be The Bane is an indie book that did live up to that. It needed a proofread, definitely needed edit. I did have a lot of fun. I do this thing when I read books, is that I'll run into a sentence that like makes me pause or is like difficult to read or whatever, and then I'll do like emergency sentence rescue, and I'll rewrite the sentence as a highlight, a note, not Kindle note and highlight. And I did so many on this book. I didn't even share all of them. I did so many on that book, and there were just wrong words. There was bad dialogue. I don't mean like stylistically bad. I mean like grammatically bad. Actually, it might be style. No, because I'm talking about punctuation, so it would be stylistically bad. It would have one paragraph, one character talking, closed quotations, and the next paragraph would be the same person talking again, closed quotations. And it's like, there was one time that happened where I saw that there was a response from the other character that went in there, and she just deleted it and then didn't fix the response. So there was a lot of things going on. Stylistically, it definitely needed an editor. I think she self-edited. If she paid someone to edit that, that's bad. I really hope she self-edited. Also, the main character, the personality could pass for like a typical YA. She's gonna attack my hand. This cat's gonna attack my hand. Typical YA heroine kind of personality. Fine. Actually, let me amend that. It's a typical YA personality from like the early 2000s. The thing I couldn't get past really about her specifically, okay, besides all like the YA trophy kind of thing, is that she supposedly does not have any memories of the past, like before the world ended. Like her memory got erased, so she doesn't know anything about anything. But she does. Magically, she knows about instruments and about jungles, even though they're in the frickin' desert, and about it was something that there was no way she would have known about if she actually had no memories. And even if she did have memories, she was stuck in a freaking science lab her whole life before this book, so she still wouldn't have known about it even if she had all her memories. So I was just like, that was pissing me off the most, okay? Even more than the I'm getting text messages, go away. Even more than the love interests, who one was a freaking douche. Thank God she didn't end up with him. But the other guy that she didn't end up with was, how old is he? He was like 26, at least 26, possibly older than 26. Met her when she was 13 and kind of raised her little amnesiac self who had no memories of anything, was like a little like wild child, and like helped raise her. And then like 2 days after she turns 18, he's kissing her. So that was a thing that no. Alright, so that's number 3. And I gotta hurry up because I'm gonna get yelled at. Number 4. It's gotta be Serpent and Dove. Screw that book. The only saving grace of that book is that our buddy read it with a friend who hated it as much as I did, and we just got together every couple of chapters and talked shit about it. And that was what made that book fun. She has since gone on to read the next book. More power to her. I'm not doing that. And then number 5, gotta be The Chemist. I hate to put that on this list. I was still very much amused by that book. Like, I had so much fun with that book, but it was a terrible book. All these other books were not that bad. Even though I rated Ace very low, I don't think it deserves to be on my worst 5 book. But in the rankings of things, The Chemist would be number 5. And crap, I made a whole video on that. I really made a whole video on that. In that video, I was like looking at the main character and like these 2 twins, and I was like, oh shit, there's gonna be a love triangle between these 2 twins. And then it kept on. It kept on hinting. There's little hints here and there that she's gonna end up with both of them. And I was like, there's no way in hell Miss Mormon Meyer is gonna write that. And she kinda did. The main character ended up with the one twin. Clearly ended up with the one twin. I love you. Let's not get into how he miraculously survived. Anyway, but in the end, they were all together. After all the tiny little comments that were made along the way, I'm like, did Stephanie write a poly book between a girl and two twins? Is this a thing that happened? You know what I should have done? I should have listened to that again. This was an audiobook that I listened to. I should have listened to that again to like make sure that that was like what actually happened. But I was like so done with that book that I could not listen to it anymore. But I think that is actually what happened at the end, and that is crazy. And I love that. Stephanie, I don't know how to explain this. Like it's a really terrible book, but it's a good terrible book. Like even me, okay. It was an audiobook. I listened to it as an audiobook, and I remembered all the things to make notes of. Usually only remember the things if I've made a Kindle note on it and I look back at the notes. It's fun. If you want to do like the get high and watch a crappy movie thing, but in book form, The Chemist is highly recommended. I will highly recommend that book. But it was still a crappy book, so it's number 5 worst book. And yes, that's my Goodreads challenge from last year. There's gonna be the stupid move, the really stupid move, right? Watch this. I'm gonna try it though. I'm really gonna try it. And I'm kind of rushing because I'm really gonna get yelled at right now. Have fun with your reading endeavors. I have recommended the ones I wanted to recommend. Re-recommending them. Read them all. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Kind of funny because you watch all the videos and this slowly gets worse and worse and worse because this little monster, yay little monster,